Hello everyone, welcome back to more Bridgemaster. We're doing the advanced levels here. Starting with B... I left off at B6 was the last one I did, so we're picking up with B-7. I'm going to try to do 12 of them, which means we'd be finishing at B-18. Yes, that sounds right. Wait, something's wrong. Wait, I thought I was leaving myself... Oh yeah, 18... No? I don't know. I guess after 18 I'm going to do 9 and then 9 to get to B. Oh no, there's only 30 in B, not 31, right? That's why I'm confused. Yes, okay. So 12 here and then 12 more is 24, which would be all of them. Okay. 2 hearts double. We're in 4 hearts. I mean, it looks a little bit like we're losing 1 spade, 1 heart, and 1 diamond. But what if we lose 2 spades, right? That's the main issue, I think. I'm also not sure why the diamonds are king-queen. Like, is there some compelling reason that that's different than just having an ace over there? Maybe, but I don't see it. Maybe it's so I can't pitch my diamond losers on clubs. I don't know. It looks like some safety play in spades, right? Ace of spades, spade. To the 10. What's wrong with that? There's some... I don't know, it seems fine. I don't see a compelling... Like, I'm looking for reasons to duck this and keep East off lead, but there's no reason I can see to do that. Right? We just win this. Am I going to get tapped? Hang on, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I guess if I play the ace, and it goes ace of spades, spade losing to West. No, I'm still fine, right? West can play heart, heart. East can ruff if he wants, but I'm in position to over ruff. I guess there's some issue maybe if West has 0 clubs. And East has the ace of diamonds. But if that's the case, ducking here doesn't help, because West would switch to a diamond. So is there like some reason that ace and then low is worse than low and then ace and then finesse? I don't think so. Maybe I'm just outthinking myself on this one. No. Ah. Is this the problem? Yeah, I guess if East has all 4, now I'm getting tapped in hearts, right? And East is going to get 2 spades. Maybe that, well, is a reason possibly to duck this heart. Yeah, I guess so, right? If this gets roughed, I'm calling the police. Okay. Actually, does this make any difference? Yes, because East can't continue hearts. I don't mind this. Because while they are forcing me, the spades were 3-2, so it like doesn't matter. And I can lead a diamond here or a club. It doesn't really matter. So I was trying to find a reason to duck, and I couldn't do it. I thought I was okay with being forced. But being forced when the spades are 4-1 is actually pretty bad. Being forced, being tapped, they're the same thing. The opponent's making you use up trump. A little embarrassed to not get this one on the first go. Oh well, on to B8. There's no reason to play the queen here. If West has the king, we can always lead towards the queen later. More likely, I think, is that we can somehow set up... we can almost set up an elimination here. If spades happen to be 2-2... then we can almost make life difficult for the opponents, but not actually. Oh. Well, that helps. Sort of. Hang on. Does it? Do I want to play the ace here? I think the joke here is you actually don't play the ace, right? Because if you do, when West gets in, assume this king is singleton, right? Nobody's playing the king here from king fourth. No one's doing that to give their partner a ruff. So the king is singleton. So if I win this and play a spade, West will win and be able to just lead hearts until I finally play the queen, and East will ruff only the queen. Won't ruff a small one, right? I can play the queen right away and it gets ruffed. Or I can duck a time or two, letting West win hearts, and then the queen still gets ruffed. Whereas if I duck, when West gets in with a heart, he can lead a heart, but I don't have to ruff, or I don't have to play the queen from dummy. I can let it ride around to the ace. And East will then have to either ruff a small card, which I don't mind, or let me win the ace, which I also won't mind because I can just draw trump. So yeah, go ahead and have your king. I don't need it. Go ahead, lead a heart. I'm not falling for it. Oops, yeah, we should follow suit. That's important. Okay, that's cute. I thought it was going to be a difficult hand if the King of Hearts didn't pop up. I was probably going to have to end up playing West for the King. Because I was trying... You can almost ruff all the clubs and all the diamonds and end play somebody who has 4 hearts to the king. But you can't actually do that. You don't have enough entries. So I think you just have to play low to the queen. What does Fred say? You should play low from dummy a trick one. West is unlikely to have the king. Oh yeah, I forgot we had bid hearts apparently. Yeah, like a heart, two heart. There's a, what was the auction? A spade, two hearts, and then I made a game suit, try, and three hearts. I didn't really consider that as part of my reasoning, but fine, you can. East produces the king, an obvious singleton. If you win the ace, you're going to go down when West has the ace, as I said. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't really mention what you're supposed to do if East doesn't play the king. Fair enough. I mean, it sort of says, oh, you can always lead up the heart later if you need to. And I guess that's all that needs to be said. 10, 12, 20. We have 20 points. Both opponents are past hands, which is probably important, right? Neither of them has as many as 12 points. Okay. So I imagine we're supposed to play on the minors first to find out. Oh, they're doing it for me. Okay. To find out who's more likely to have the queen of spades, or who still has room for it, rather. King, ace, yeah. So whoever has the ace of clubs won't have the queen of hearts. Spades. It's a little risky to do that because one of them might ruff a diamond, but if they wanted to do that, they already could have, right? So we'll just play on clubs. West has the ace. Therefore, East has the queen of spades. Just in case, let's play the king there. I don't think there's any universe where I actually need the dummy entry, but it's safe, better to preserve it. Because you can't actually pick up like any 4-1 holding here. Okay. I don't imagine Fred will say anything I haven't already said. You know neither of them has 12 points. You just have to figure out which one of them doesn't have room for the queen of spades by doing some detective work in clubs. Am I confused? I'm just now... Yeah, B-18 is the last one I should do. Okay, I remember now. I keep getting confused about that. Okay, two hearts, two spades. Okay. So East has 6 hearts, headed by apparently not the king. Ace, queen, jack, 6th. Okay. I think we should ruff this, because if we don't, we will lose a heart and a spade, and that'll be 4 tricks already. West over ruffs. Huh. I mean, there's like no line except to play East for a singleton club honor, right? No, there are 2 lines. Singleton club honor or doubleton both honors. So we have to count East's hand is what we have to do here. So that's 1 diamond. Ooh. Just double checking the count of my own hand. I was 5, 2, 3, 3, right? Yeah. So 5, 4. West had 1 spade, so East has 3. Six hearts, 3 spades, and how many diamonds? That leaves 2 clubs, and the only 2-card club holding I can pick up is if they're the queen and the jack, so we might as well just play for that. Yep. It's more likely to find East with a singleton honor, so you would play the ace and finesse. But you have so much information about his hand already. You can count how many spades, hearts, and diamonds he has to see how many clubs he has, and then play accordingly. As long as you don't just go after the clubs right away. We have 6 tricks in clubs. A diamond, a spade, and a heart is 9. We can certainly take another heart by losing to the king if we want. That would be 10. We're still short 2. Well, we can take another by roughing the losing heart, right? The 2. So what's the problem here? Wait, no we can't. What am I... Did I get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 tricks. We need 12. So... don't we just want to test whether hearts are 3-3 before we commit to the spade finesse, basically? Because if they are... we can pitch a spade on a heart. We have to count our entries to dummy and make sure we don't run out. Which might mean we have to take a heart finesse at trick 2. Before drawing any trump. That would be a little uncomfortable. Because what if I draw, let's say, 2 rounds of trump here? I can take a heart finesse, cross over with a 3rd club, heart finesse again, ace, ruff with the 4th club, and still have room for a finesse. So I think we should draw all the trump. I don't think we need to be too stingy with our trump entries. Okay. Nobody pitched any hearts, right? So this 2 is a loser? Yeah. So take the spade finesse now? No, I'm wrong. Oh. Well, this layout does hint at what I was supposed to do. Boy, that's quite a safety play, huh? Okay. I see. So we might as well start roughing diamonds to eliminate them in case someone gets end played, right? We have so many trump. And after doing that, we don't actually need to finesse the hearts right away. If they're 3-3, we'll still be able to enjoy the queen and jack. But what if they're 4-2 and the finesse... oh, right. And also, if the king is here, we can still lead up the queen jack twice. No problem. That'll let us pitch a spade eventually. But what if West has 2 hearts to the king? He wins the king, but he can't lead anything anymore. The diamonds are gone, he's out of hearts, and a spade is a disaster. Yeah. I'm sure I got this wrong last time I played it, too. It just looks so obviously like all you can really do is play on hearts, and then if that doesn't work, play on spades. But you can actually do a tiny bit better by roughing out the diamonds first. So, fair enough. I mean, the thing that should be a warning sign to me here, rather than just, oh, I got this specific hand wrong, is when you have excess trumps, try to find a way to score them separately, right? That's a very solid rule that I know and should pay attention to. I didn't see one here, but the potential for some kind of end play certainly is possible. Like, I mean, look at those heart and spade holdings, right? But I didn't see it because, like, it looks like when you take the heart finesse, nobody's going to be end played, right? They'll just win the king and they can exit a heart. But what if they can't exit a heart? That's the point. So use these extra trumps to rough out the diamonds to take away their other potential exit suit. And then if they happen to have king x of hearts... So this is better in that it wins when hearts are 3-3, or when East has the king, or when West has king and 1. Yeah, nice. Not one for science, huh, partner? It is a pretty good hand. I can't argue with that. Why have I been given the 3 and 2 of hearts? That's very suspicious. Why not the 7 and 6? I don't think I'm supposed to lose a heart to somebody to end play them because we're in a Grand Slam and I can't lose any tricks, so that's probably not it. Maybe it's because they want to make cross-roughing a little more dangerous? Yeah. This looks like a dummy reversal, probably, right? Rough a diamond or 2... high? I mean, maybe we would have to rough as many as 3 of them. If the suit is 5-1. Can I do that? Because if I can, then I can rough 3 diamonds, pitch dummy's spade on a club, and dummy will be good. And they've conveniently given me exactly 3 high hearts to rough with, suggesting this line. Or not 5-1. If diamonds were 5-2 even, we would have to do that. Or 6-1, for example. But I need to have the ace of diamonds, then rough a diamond. Cross 3 more times. Twice to take a diamond rough, and then again at the end to draw a trump and enjoy the rest of dummy's tricks. I can cross twice in trumps, so I'll need to cross... Oh wait, can I? No, they're making me do this now. So I can only cross once in trumps, right? If I'm roughing potentially as many as 3 times. Does that make sense? Yeah, because the 2 is going on the king now. The 3 can go across once eventually. But the rest, okay. I think this makes sense. East has no hearts. Okay, so West has 4. That's not necessarily a problem. We play ace of diamonds. Diamond rough high. West following. Now, it is tempting to play a heart to dummy, but this is wrong, I'm fairly sure. Because when we start leading more diamonds, West is going to be discarding cards in a black suit. Presumably, or else the hand isn't very interesting. And so we want to use up our black suit entries before West can run himself out of cards in those suits. And cross with hearts at the end, the one entry West can't destroy. we should use the suit in which we have the most cards, because it's the suit West is most likely to be able to become void of. We have 5 clubs and only 6 spades. So cross to the ace of spades. Ruff a diamond high again. West pitches a club, but he didn't start with a singleton. So we can play the ace now. Ruff high one more time. And cross to dummy with our last trump to draw trump. Cash that last diamond and run the clubs. Now the weird thing is, like, this layout, West actually can't do anything even if we make a mistake, right? So I guess we could get away with playing the clubs and the spades in either order here. Club to the ace, diamond ruff high. I wonder if you tried that, if Fred would punish you. Neither one is likely for him to ruff, but it could happen. Actually, was there any clue in the auction? I forgot already. I have to undo to look at the auction. No, right. 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 7 hearts. Got it. East discards. You could finesse in spades or pitch it on a club. You know, South might be able to cross ruff. Yeah, a dummy reversal. Indeed. Diamond, diamond, ruff. Be entered in clubs. I feel like entering in spades is better, right? He does it the other way around. Both of them are very likely to succeed. Okay, so that's what a dummy reversal is. I think we've talked about those before, but there was the one where they're teaching you this in Bridgemaster, I guess. Okay, we're in 5 clubs. Probably had better rough this, as I don't want West to continue spades. Can I rough out the hearts? I don't have that many entries. Because the thing that seems natural here is, like, how do I not lose... Well, actually... The issue here is losing not more than 2 spades, because we can't lose more than 2 tricks, and we're not going to lose tricks anywhere but spades, right? So the thing you'd like to do is lead a spade towards the king 10 and cover whatever West plays. Then East will be on lead, and if you can arrange for him to have to lead spades, then he'll have to give you either the king or the 10, depending on what West played. That can happen if dummy is out of hearts and still has clubs, I guess. So I guess we can ruff a heart now. Cash 2 clubs, drawing trump. Diamond, heart ruff. Diamond, heart ruff. Ace of diamonds, heart pitch. Then spades. Yeah, that should work. As long as trump are 2-1. Yeah, this is guaranteed now. I saw that we didn't have enough ruffs in hearts, and at first I thought, okay, well, we can't eliminate hearts. But when I finally realized you can pitch one on a diamond, I finally saw the right line. Okay, what are you going to lead, East? Have fun. Yeah, you set up an elimination that way. It feels a little weird to pitch a heart from dummy when, like, you can always rough the heart in hand, whereas a spade, oh, that's a potential loser, sort of. But it's not really. You could always rough that in hand, too, if it got to the fourth round of spades. Anyway, that's not the important thing to think about. The right way to think of it is, I need to get rid of those hearts so that dummy could rough if East were to exit with a heart. What's happening here? Okay, opponent's silent. Okay. The trump position is obviously the interesting part, somehow. I guess, okay, yeah, here's the issue. If trump are 4-2, which is common in a 7-card trump fit, then it's certainly possible we'll guess the queen of spades wrong, right? Someone might win a trick with the queen of spades. Can't help that. But what if they win a trick with the queen of spades and then play, like, another diamond, forcing me to rough? Then they'll have more spades than I do, and they'll get another spade trick. Which, we can't allow that. So the point is, if we're going to lose a spade to the queen of spades, we had better do it while dummy still has a spade left to rough with. Now if they try to tap me, I say, I don't really mind. I'll rough that in dummy instead of in hand. And we can cross back to hand to draw the outstanding trumps. And the hearts are enough. We don't need any more trumps than this. So, it might be instructive to go back and see what would happen if you tried, like, king of spades, spade rough, or spade finesse, rather. If it loses, you're sad. Whichever way you play the spades, you can't afford to lose one, except the very first one, because then dummy still has something to rough with. Three-no, opponent's silent. Oh, the club suit is the focus here. You can't set up diamonds. Because, of course, as so often in these deals, if you try, opponents will set up their spades first, and you'll lose at least 5 tricks. So, you have to get clubs. We have 4 tricks outside of clubs, meaning we need 5 tricks from clubs. If the suit is 3-3, it's easy. Play the king, then play the ace of hearts, and cash all the clubs. But what if the suit is 4-2? Well, in that case, you can't really get back to dummy. You'll have to lose a club, but you won't be able to get back to dummy. So I believe what you're supposed to do is, this must be right, is overtake the king of clubs with the ace, retaining the ace of hearts as a later entry. Now, if the club suit is 3-3, you're still only going to lose one of them, which is fine. You were losing 2 earlier, but now you're losing 0 if you just played king, ace, queen. And they were 3-3. But the value of this line is that it still takes 5 tricks when the suit's 3-3, which is enough. But also it takes 5 tricks if the suit is 4-2 and either the jack or 10 is doubleton, as here. Right? We only have to lose to one of the jack or 10. So we only have to lose 1 trick there. If we had tried king, cross in diamond, cross in hearts, and then ace queen, we would have had to lose still 1 trick, but at the wrong time. We have to do it while we still have the ace of hearts, basically. So this gives away an overtrick if the suit is 3-3, but secures the contract still in that case, and additionally gains the contract if a club honor is doubleton or singleton. East has overcalled spades. West has led the queen. Tricky, tricky. Kind of looks like we shouldn't win this, right? Because if I do, and then West gets in, East can cash 4 spades. Whereas if I duck this, West will continue, East might as well win the ace. But the 10 is a further stopper still. And we can take a club finesse into West, who can't continue spades. We had a hand like this a while ago with ace-jack doubleton opposite 10-4. The same thing applies with king doubleton. Except you have one fewer winner. Which doesn't matter in this context. So we just take the club finesse, secure in the knowledge that East can't possibly win a club trick. I don't care if West wins one. That's fine. And just like cash a bunch of winners. Queen of diamonds is a winner too, but I don't need it. Yep. Enough said, I think. Okay. I've bid 4 spades all by myself. I certainly have 7 spades and 2 aces for 9 tricks. The trick is how to come up to 10. And I suspect diamonds are the answer, right? I'm inclined to not rough this. I don't quite know why it makes a difference. Isn't it basically the same? No, it's terrible not to rough this. Because I'll run out of stuff to pitch. Won't I? The idea is to lead diamonds from dummy 3 more times. West will have to win the ace, then win the queen. And finally, the last diamond will win. But I need 3 losers to pitch from dummy, right? I also need a ton of dummy entries for this to happen, so we clearly are not roughing with the 2. Save that 3. But how many dummy entries? 3, right? 1 for the first lead, 1 to lose the first diamond, 1 to lose another diamond, and then 1 to cash. So this only works if spades are 2-1. But that's fine, because if they're not, I can go back and take the club finesse anyway. I think it might be wrong to pitch here, but not for the reason I said. Because I still have plenty of losers to pitch, right? I can pitch the 2 and then... No. Because then West will continue in hearts. Well, would I win? And lead a club pitching another heart. I don't know. I think it's fine not to rough, but I think it's safer to rough in case I'm confused about something. So king of spades to the ace. Good, they are splitting. Pitch that heart. Okay. If West had let a diamond for East to rough, the whole plan would sort of fall apart. But fortunately that didn't happen. We can cross again. The opponents are now out of trump. So I can dump this last heart. And they can keep trying to make me rough, but I'm not going to rough small. Get over there to enjoy that diamond. And then, hey, you might as well take the club finesse after all. Oh, good, it wasn't working. That means the other tables in four spades may go down. Obviously not a real concern in Bridgemaster, but that's how you feel at a real table. When you try something clever, you want the simple, obvious thing to not work. So it would have been fine to pitch at trick one, right? Let's just run that back. Pitch. Now what? Heart. Yeah, fine. I don't care. Yeah, this looks like it's working fine. I guess the downside is you don't get to take the club finesse this way. So you're guaranteed to make only 3 and make only 4 instead of potentially making 5. Okay, yeah, so that is a reason why it was better to rough. Does Fred mention this, I wonder? Take care to rough with a trump other than the 2. Yes. Understatement of the year. The North-South spade combination is certainly strong enough to withstand this play. Yeah, it's true. You don't need to hang on to the 2. You don't need to work hard to make sure the 2 is going to win a trick eventually. You can eventually cross with the 2 of spades to the 3. Developing a diamond trick for North. Dummy entries are important. Yes. Yep. Okay. Preserving the 2 still. Discarding a club is just as good. Is that true? I don't think so, because doesn't that mean you can't necessarily take the club finesse at the end? It's just as good for making your contract. But yeah. Oh, South could have done equally well by not roughing at trick 1. Immediately discard a heart. Yes. And good point. If East has a diamond on her, it won't help to cover at any point. You can just rough, but not with the 2, and keep going. Yes. All right. Last one for this video. B-18 in the advanced section. Okay, Jack Ace. How many tricks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It probably won't matter in Bridgemaster whether I play the queen or not here. Whatever it is, West has it, right? But like in practice, it's got to be right to play the queen here. There's some chance East has ace-king and is like trying to trick us. The only advantage of playing low would be if like the spades were blocked somehow by hanging on to the queen. But in that case, East just shouldn't have played the 7. So yeah, we might as well go up with the queen here. It won't work, but that's fine. Spades are 4-3, so they only get 4 spade tricks. And the diamonds represent a potential 9th trick. We have 8, I forget if I mentioned. But so do the clubs, so I'm a little bit reluctant to pitch a club from the south hand. Pitching one from north is fine. We don't need 4 clubs. But like, I could spare a heart from the south hand, couldn't I? Just in case? And then I would have a heart threat a club threat in the south hand, and wouldn't that be kind of cool, maybe? I don't think I need a club threat in the south hand, even if I am playing for a squeeze, because having the 2 threats in different hands is generally better than having them both in the same hand anyway. So I think, whatever. Club, heart, both work, and I think a heart makes things a little more complicated because now you've blocked the suit, so let's just pitch a club. And the question then is how to play diamonds to best advantage. Is this a simple restricted choice problem? Should I play low to the king and then the queen and notice West dropping the jack or 10 and decide whether to play for the drop or finesse east? Also, can I afford to cash more side tricks first to see if like that gives me some insight or sets up maybe a squeeze? Cashing the clubs would be nice for a squeeze, right? But you'll have to cash the hearts then anyway. And is there some layout where you have entry troubles? If you I don't think we need these entries to the south hand. Let's see what's going on in hearts. All right. Somebody east had 4 of them and west had 3. And in clubs, I don't know, everybody had at least 2. Not very informative. Yeah, there goes the jack. And by restricted choice, we should play the 7 here. We saw restricted choice in an earlier deal where it was the queen and jack were missing. And we had the ace and king missing just 4 of them. This is the same thing, where if you're trying to find 2 touching honors and one player plays one of them, you should usually assume that player doesn't have the other. This is an oversimplification. You know, it only applies if they were sort of playing it by... If you were forcing them to play a dime, like, if they discard one, that doesn't really apply, right? Or if they're clearly playing it way earlier than necessary somehow. It's not so strong an inference. But if there are very few left, like in particular, if there's just one left and you're trying to figure out whether it's in the hand of the person who played an honor already or in their partner's hand, it's in their partner's hand, 2/3 of the time, and in their hand only 1/3 of the time. So there you go. That's, well, whatever. We'll let Fred tell us about restricted choice again. Defense takes 4 spades, plays a heart. You have 8 tricks. You can really only take 1 in diamonds. Might as well cash the heart and club winners. Maybe it'll help you get a count. Okay, good. I'm glad I did that. By playing hearts first, a squeeze might also develop when either defender has length in diamonds and clubs. I was right. But that didn't happen. So they all followed, so you just have to play diamonds with no particular information. So you cash the king and queen, and you have to decide to finesse or not. It's necessary when West started with Doubleton Honor, but it's wrong when West had 3 of them. The principal restricted choice is fully explained on hand B5 on skill level 3. Yes. Okay, well that's even fewer words than I devoted to it just now. And I'm not even a real educator. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.